We start the morning in the Virginia This Morning kitchen with Chef Laura Brown and aspiring Chef Charles Archer. We're making brown butter hazelnut Madeleine cookies. They're going to be delicious. We're learning about that recipe and the amazing work happening with the UMFS Charterhouse School and a program there, the Charterhouse Enterprises Career and Technical Education Program. Laura and Charles, it's great to have you.
Thank you for having us.
It's our pleasure. You've got this delightful recipe you're going to take us through. You've shared the recipe. They look amazing.
They smell amazing.
They smell amazing. It's like one of the many times I want to share smell-o-vision with everybody, right? Charles, do you love enjoying these? Do you like cookies?
Yes.
Yeah. Are they tough to put together?
No.
No. Everyone can do it.
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
So the nice thing about this recipe is they look very impressive, but they're super simple.
Okay.
So you're going to look really good.
So says you. You're going to show us how to do it.
So the first thing we have to do is brown butter. I did that ahead of time. So all you're going to do is put a pound of butter in a pot. Put it down low. You're just going to kind of babysit it. It's going to freak you out a little bit because it's going to start to color. But at the end of it, I don't know if you can zoom in or not, it looks quite dark.
Tilts right this way. There you go.
Right? So it looks pretty black. And the reason is because the top of it's going to look a whole lot darker and because it's the depth of it's going to look dark. But if you put something clear underneath it, I don't know if you can see my spatula, but it's actually more of like a honey color if you really just kind of move it around.
So are you doing this to a certain color?
Certain color. Okay. I would say go for honey.
Okay.
That honey color, that amber color.
I like that.
So then once that's complete, then you're going to take a strainer with a little coffee filter, and you're very carefully, because remember this is hot, you're going to just pour it, and the reason I strain it is because there is some like burnt butter fats that happen.
You can kind of see it in the bottom
yeah,
of the
see
pan
the bottom,
there.
you can see it. So I kind of almost like stop the pour at one point.
Turn that out and they can see it with the, see the like sludge? It almost looks like you're looking at coffee grounds, but it really is brown butter.
And you know what, a little bit of that is no big deal, but if you put too much in there, it will affect the flavor.
Okay.
So then now, if you look at it with the bowl, this is actually a pretty important part. If you can get this part down, everything else is a cinch.
All right.
So just look for that color. And if you're worried, just pull it sooner.
And you said, you know, you let this happen and then you're going to strain it. It's still warm, obviously, because if you let it kind of cool down, it's going to, will it solidify?
At room temperature, it won't, but it will get thicker.
Thicker. So important step there.
Yep. So once, this could be happening while you're doing the next step, which Charles is in charge of. So we've got 12 eggs in the mixer with a pound of sugar.
Okay.
And you use a whisk, and you're just going to combine the two ingredients together until you can't tell what's what. So just make sure that it's well combined.
Now, Charles, you're leading the charge over here with the mixer today. You're part of UMFS Charterhouse School. You're in this program. How did you find that you were really interested in the culinary program?
So I started off at like a couple years back, and I was really interested in the teacher that I liked Miss Best, and then Chef Brown came in, and she, just the way she taught the information and taught the serve safe and taught everything, it was more of the teaching mechanism that she had. So that's
it really just was a right fit.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And now today, you've learned so many skills you've taken out into the workplace. Talk about that.
So I've taken the skills from Charterhouse School to several places like Max's Positive Vibe Cafe and Wings Pizza and Things, and I'm both a server / busboy at Wings Pizza and Things, and I'm just a server at Positive Vibe. So, you know, all of that is all the stuff that I learned from Serve Safe, all the stuff that I learned from Chef Brown, I'm taking into initiative and learning that stuff in the workplace. So.
Fantastic. And you're a senior, so Laura, he's still working and learning, and then the goal is you go out and you're ready for the world.
Absolutely, yeah. If they're interested and if they've got the passion, we're here to help with the skills that they need to be successful out of school, just like anyone would want. Right.
Yeah, fantastic. So this is mixing together. We have about 3 minutes left.
So we're done with that. So now we're going to add all our dries. So the dries is an all-purpose flour, easy to find. Hazelnut flours can be tricky to find. I couldn't find it, so what I did is I bought hazelnuts, and I just put them in a food processor and ground them up, and guess what? I made hazelnut flour.
Oh.
So it's that simple.
Well, you're a chef. You know how to do these
Well, I'm
things.
sure everyone could do that.
Charles could tell us how to do it, too.
So we're going to add all our dries at once. So all the AP flour, the hazelnut flour, and your baking soda and salt. Put it low, babe.
And that's nice, so it can all just go right in and mix up. You don't have to do that step where it's like some dry, some wet.
Right.
Right.
I did pre-sift it, It is nicer to kind of sift it if you can, but if you don't want to get there, that's fine too. So once again, once it comes together, as soon as you can't see wet from dry, it's all sort of well mixed. Then we're going to slowly add our butter.
Okay. And you've shared this complete recipe with us so everyone can give this a try at home.
Correct.
And then I'll do-si-do over here because Charles is on to the next step. Charles, what are you working on over here?
So Chef Brown has told me to spray this pan so that so we could put them into the dough or the batter in here, and then she told me to kind of coat the pan, so then because the pan coating is kind of chunky, so she told me to like spread it out, so I'm doing that now.
That makes sense. So then you can just have a nice smooth finish there.
Right.
You enjoy baking?
Yes.
It's so different from doing other things in the kitchen, right?
Yes.
There's definitely some science to it. It's a fantastic program, Chef. The culinary program is not the only one with UMFS Charterhouse School.
We have quite a bit of electives. We've got a horticulture program, we have an art program, technology, help me out.
Cosmetology,
music, and we're constantly improving, so we're always thinking of new electives to add in there, mostly for workplace readiness type of skills. So.
And we talked at the beginning about this being a fit for folks, young teens on the autism spectrum and with neurological differences. How are families finding this program?
If they're involved, they enjoy it. Sometimes families aren't involved, but that's when we step in as guardians and help them out too. We're here for the students. We're student first. So we always consider them and help them along the way as much as we can. And then anyone that's close to them, you know, friends or family, we get them involved as well. And it definitely is a area where we all get together and discuss the best interest in the student. And also bring in the student as well all the time to make sure that they're, you know, on top of it and on the same page as well.
We've had so much fun over here, Charles. I'm sorry I interrupted you. We're just about out of time. So tell us, this one finishes mixing and then batter goes right in?
The batter, you have to cool it for 2 hours.
Okay.
So this is a pre-prepared moment. So once you put it in a pastry bag, you're gonna come over here.
Magic of TV.
You're gonna fill the pan 3/4, let's say.
Okay.
Right? So just right in the very center. Like so, right? You fill up the whole pan.
Simple enough.
Pop it in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes. They're gonna puff up, and you want a little bit of a color just around the edge, which these have. And as soon as they come out of the oven, you actually just pick up the pan and go, pop. And they pop right out, and you get these beautiful shelled-shaped cookies.
Yum.
And I love to put a little powdered sugar on
Well,
them.
I like your style. So
Chocolate
thanks,
sauce
Chef
goes
Laura,
well,
for
too.
being with us today. We appreciate it. And
Absolutely.
Charles, super nice to meet you. Congratulations with everything and good luck on your senior year.
Thank you.
It's big time. For all the information on the UMFS Charterhouse School and the Charterhouse Enterprises Career and Technical Education Program, we'll have a link on our show website at WTBR.com/VTM.